Durga Sharanam. Welcome to Belur Mutt, where the annual Sharadiya Durga Puja is being performed. Today is the Maha Navami Tithi. Navami Homa will begin shortly in the Puja Mandap. Swami Vivekananda founded Belur Mutt in 1898. Besides being the home to the headquarters of the Ramakrishna Mutt and the Ramakrishna Mission, the Belur Mutt is well known for its architecture elegance, clean environs, sacred associations, and its spiritual atmosphere. Belur Mutt is located on the eastern bank, on the western bank of the Ganga. It is a haven of peace, drawing thousands of people to it every day from all over the world. The western bank of the Ganga is traditionally extolled as a holy place like Varanasi. গঙ্গার পশ্চিম উপকূল বারাণসী সমতুল. The Belur Mutt is celebrating the annual Durga Puja in this autumn season. A large number of devotees have assembled in the holy premises of this great institution, where the Yuga Avatara Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is ever present. Today is the 9th day, the Maha Navami Tithi of the Sharadiya Durga Puja. In the morning, there was an elaborate worship of Mother Durga. The Shodashopachara Puja was concluded. At noon, there was Bhog and Arati performed in front of the consecrated image of Mother Durga. Now the Puja Mandap is getting ready for the fire sacrifice, the Homa ceremony. Brahmachari Shubhrato Maharaj will shortly take seat. Swami Shastrajnanandaji Maharaj is the Tantradharak. Swami Tattvasaranandaji is the Chandi Pathak, who will also be present in this solemn ceremony. Fire worship or Homa is an essential and ancient ritual in the Tantric Puja as well as the Vedic Yajna. Agni is a Vedic god. Agnirvai Mukham Devatanam. The scriptures extol the greatness of Agni Devata. Agnir Mukham Prathamo Devatanam. The scriptures also say Agnir Devatanam Jataram. Homa is a very ancient belief and practice. It is believed that offering anything to Agni will make it pure, and Agni Devata carries the oblation to the respective deity. Even the Vedas testify to this ancient belief. Fire is the mouth of the deities. Fire is the stomach of the deities. Agnirmukham Prathamo Devatanam says Aitareya Brahmana, belonging to the Rig Veda tradition. It also says Agnir Devatanam Jataram. Fire is the stomach of the deities. Therefore, oblations to any deity should be offered in the fire, in the consecrated fire. Tantric Homa is about to begin. Preliminary rituals are underway. Achamanam is performed. Purificatory rites are being performed. The Pavitra is worn by the Pujaka. It is noteworthy that although the procedures of Vedic Homa and Tantric Homa vary, there is no fundamental difference between them. Homa is ordinarily threefold: gross, subtle and transcendental. Each of these is subdivided into two classes, external and internal. Whatever be the nature of the Homa, its purpose is to obliterate all differences. Articles like fire, wood, flowers, fruits, etc., when offered into the fire, get transformed, as it were, into fire by getting burned in it. Samanyarghya is installed and consecrated.
Om asya asana upavishana mantrasya miruprishtari sisutalam chanda kurmo devata asana upavishane vinyoga om prithvitvaya dhrita loka devi tvang vishnadhrita tvancha dharayamang nityam pavitram kuruchasanam om ite gandhapushpe asurekhe vajrarekhe swaha om ite gandhapushpe adhara shaktaye kamala
Homa reduces everything to one indistinguishable entity. In the fire, philosophically speaking, it must be constantly remembered that whatever is consumed by the sense organs is simply an oblation in the fire of the inner self and is not meant for sensate enjoyment. Yajna makes karma a spiritual practice. Yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhana, says Shri Bhagavan in the Bhagavad Gita. Yajna has different connotations. It has a philosophical connotation in the Vedanta philosophy. It has an external gross meaning, as in the Purvamimamsa. But still, the external act is the means to attain the internal higher meaning. Every object to be used in the Homa ceremony are being purified.
ओं देवता इहा गच्छत इह तिष्ठत इह सन्निहिता भवत इह सन्निरुद्धा भवत यह सम्मुखी भवत अत्राधिष्ठानं कुरुत मम पूजां गृह्णीत इते गन्धपुष्पे ओं देवताभ्यो नमः माशभक्त
The deities are invited. These are the preliminary rituals of the Homa sacrifice. There are basically purificatory rites and consecration of some articles. This is the puja of some divinities. The pujak has ritually purified the Panchagavyas, the 5 holy ingredients originating from Gomata. That was followed by Masha Bhakta Bali for the gods as well as the manis, the bhutas. Yogurt with the grains of mashkolai, black lentils, is called Masha Bhakta. This offering of yogurt and black lentils is offered to the devatas as well as the bhutas. The Yajna Kunda is being ritually purified now. The Chatussamskara of the Yajna Kunda. First, the fourfold purification or consecration was performed, followed by Panchashuddhi, fivefold purification. This is the Brihat Tantrika Homa, an elaborate Homa ritual performed on the Mahanavami Tithi of the Durga Puja. The ceremony of Homa is happening on the Puja Mandap in front of the consecrated image of Devi Durga, the Mahishasuramardini. The Devi Yantra is drawn in the sand spread in the Homa Kunda, and the twigs are arranged on that. This area where the sand is spread is called Sthandila. The Sthandila was worshipped, followed by Pushpanjali. Flower offerings are made, and now a number of divinities are worshipped with flowers besmeared with sandal paste. Adhara Shaktis, Prakriti, Kurma Devata, Ananta Devata, Prithvi, Shweta Deepa, Kshira Samudra, and so on. All the associated divinities and devatas will be worshipped as part of the Homa ceremony before Agni Prajwalana will be performed. This worship ends with Vanyasana Puja. Vanyasana is the ceremonial seat of the fire.
वागीश्वरेण संयुक्तां क्रीडाभावसमन्वितां श्रीदुर्गा स्वरूपां
Vagishwari Dhyana,
आवाहनम्।
meditation
ॐ
on the deity Vagishwari is now
वागीश्वर सहित
performed.
वागीश्वरी यः गच्छ यः तिष्ठय तिष्ठय सन्निधेय सन्निधेय सन्निरुद्धस्व सन्निरुद्धस्व
Before the sacrificial fire is installed in the Homa Kunda, Vagishwari Dhyana is done as a standard procedure in the Tantric Homa.
ओम ह्रीम इदं सचंदन पुष्पम वागीश्वर सहित
The Tantra Kaumudi
नमः।
says,
ओम ह्रीम इदं सचंदन
Tatah Kundam Vagishwari Shariramiti Vichintayet. Through the dhyana, avahana and puja of the Vagishwari, the Homa Kunda is consecrated as the Divya Sharira of Devi Vagishwari. Vagishwari is also known as the Neela Saraswati or the Tantric Saraswati according to some traditions of the Tantra. After the consecration of the Homa Kunda, the sacrificial fire is now going to be installed. This ritual is known as Agni Sthapanam. Agni is lighted. It is consecrated with various mantras. Agni Devata's Avahana will be performed. Now, Agni Devata is ritually invited to be present in the Homa Kunda by this ritual. Homa Kunda and other articles to be used in this Brihat Tantric Homa are already consecrated by mantras and mudras. Vagishwari Dhyana is performed. The Homa Kunda is consecrated as the Divya Sharira, the divine body of Devi Vagishwari. Vagishwari is considered ritually as the mother of the Agni in the Homa. Vagishwari will hold Agni in her womb. Vagishwara is the father and Vagishwari is the mother. Vagishwara and Vagishwari are worshipped before Agni Prajwalanam and Agni Sthapanam is performed. Agni Devata is ritually invited to be present in the Homa Kunda now. Next, the fire, the Agni will be installed in the Homa Kunda. The consecrated fire is installed in the Homa Kunda. Agni Devata is the mouth of all the devas. Through Agni, oblations are received by the Ishta Devata whom we intend to worship. The holy fire is installed in the Homa Kunda. Fire is an important deity in the Vedas. The Rig Veda begins with Agni Suktam. The first hymn in the Rig Veda is the praise of Agni Devata.
ओम एते गंधपुष्पे
Rishi
बागीश्वराय नमः
Madhuchanda, son of
ओम एते गंधपुष्पे
Vishwamitra,
बागीश्वर्यै नमः
is the seer of Agni Suktam, which forms the first
पुष्कं बागीश्वरीर गर्भे
hymn
धृत
in the
देवताকে
Rig
ধ্যান
Veda.
করে गर्भ रक्षार जন্য
The worship of Agni, the god of fire, has been common with the Hindus and even Zoroastrians since the most ancient times.
गंधपुष्पेन पूजायते ओम ह्रीं एते
Agni
गंधपुष्पे
happens to be
बह्निमूर्तये नमः
only one of the
ओम
gods
ह्रीं
for
एते
the
गंधपुष्पे
Hindus,
बह्नि चैतन्याय नमः ज्वालिनी मुद्रा
but he acts
ओम
as the
चित्तिंगल
intermediary
हनहर
between
हदहद
the gods
सर्वज्ञ
and the
ज्ञापय
humans.
स्वाहा ओम अग्निं प्रज्वलितं वन्दे जातवेदं
A prayer
मुताग्नं
is addressed to
सुवर्णवर्णमदं
Agni Devata
समिद्धं
after
विश्वतोमुखम्
Agni is installed in the Homa Kunda.
কিছুক্ষণ প্রজ্বলিত অগ্নিকে চিন্তা কর
Bell wood is used in this Homa.
बन्हे जिह्वान्यास
Vagishwara and Vagishwari are worshipped. The Agni is conceptualized here as having as being conceived by Vagishwari from Vagishwara. Vagishwari holds the Agni, the flame of Agni, as if in a state of pregnancy. Now nyasas are being performed. Nyasas form an integral part. Various nyasas form integral part of every sacred ritual. These are the consecration rituals known as nyasa. Karanyasa is performed, followed by Anganyasa, and Murtinyasa is performed. Ritually, Agni is thus conceived, nourished, and is born in the Homa Kunda, which is conceptualized as the very embodiment of Vagishwari, a form of the Universal Mother. The Agni Devata is offered a ceremonial seat, and the Agni Devata is meditated on by uttering the mantra which describes it as it in a divine form. हेमाकल्पं पद्मसंस्थं त्रिनेत्रं ध्यायेद् बह्नीं बद्धमौलिं जटाभिः ओम अग्नि. The mantra just uttered describes Agni's divine form. By this mantra, the pujaka meditates on the Agni Devata. This is followed by Agni's Namakarana and Avahana. Agni is Vishwarupa. Agni is named as Vishwarupa. Agni Devata is named as Vishwarupa, and then Vishwarupa Agni is invoked and worshipped. The ritual continues and brief pujas follow. This is the puja performed to the Vishwarupa Agni. Who is burning in the Agni Kunda. Panchopachara puja of the Vishwarupa Agni.
इदं सोपकर ओम वैश्वानर जात वेद इहा बह लोहिताक्ष सर्वकर्माणि साधय स्वाहा इदं सोपकर.
Through Agni, one obtains affluence which increases day by day, which brings glory and increases the family, says the Vedas. Agnina Rayim Ashnavat Poshameva Dive Dive Yashasam Veeravattamam.
ओं वैश्वानरजात वेद यः बहलो हिताक्ष सर्वकर्माणि साधय स्वाहा इदं साज्यताम्बुलं विश्वरूपनामाग्नये
Avahana
नमः
and
ओं
puja
वैश्वानरजात
of the
वेद
Agni
यः बहलो
Devata
हिताक्ष
is being
सर्वकर्माणि
performed.
साधय स्वाहा इदं साधय स्वाहा विश्वरूपनामाग्नये नमः अग्नि देवता एष ओं वैश्वानरजात वेद यः बहलो ओं अग्ने यः
Vaishwanara Agni Devata, Vishwarupa Agni Devata is just performed and finished. This is followed by Agni Devata Puja
पंचोपचारे पूजाये ओं वैश्वानरजात वेद
using
यः
Pancha
बहलो हिताक्ष
Upacharas,
सर्वकर्माणि
5
साधय स्वाहा
sacred
एष गन्ध
offerings
अग्नये नमः
to
ओं
the Agni
वैश्वानरजात
Devata.
वेद यः बहलो हिताक्ष सर्वकर्माणि साधय स्वाहा इदं
Agni
सकलधनपुष्पम्
Devata
अग्नये
resides
नमः ओं
here
वैश्वानरजात वेद
on
यः
this
बहलो
puja
हिताक्ष
mandap,
सर्वकर्माणि
now in the form
साधय
of
स्वाहा एष
Vishwarupa
रूप
Agni.
अग्नये नमः
Just like Paramatman resides in every Jivatman, similarly Agni Devata, who is extolled in the Vedic hymns and is worshipped from time immemorial, resides now in this Homakunda in the form of Vishwarupa Agni. He is born as Vishwarupa Agni. Therefore, puja is separately performed for the Agni Devata as well as his special form here in the form of Vishwarupa Agni. These pujas are followed by the worship of 8 divine forms of the Agni. Agnihi purvebhihi rishibhihi idyah nutanaihi uta sadeva eha vakshati is the second mantra of the Rig Veda. May Agni, adored by ancient and present sages, conduct the gods here.
ओमेते गंधपुष्पे षडयुं कनकायै नमः ओमेते गंधपुष्पे शरजुं रक्तायै नमः ओमेते गंधपुष्पे वरजुं कृष्णायै नमः ओमेते गंधपुष्पे
8 divine forms of the Agni
ओमेते गंधपुष्पे रडयुं
are
बहुरूपायै नमः
worshipped.
मध्ये ओमेते गंधपुष्पे
Puja
यरयुं
of the
अतिरक्तायै
Ashtamurtis
नमः
of the Agni Devata is being performed now.
ओमेते गंधपुष्पे सहस्रार्चिशेरिदायाय नमः नैडित कोणे ओमेते
These
गंधपुष्पे
8 divine forms are Jatavedaha, Saptajihvaha, Havyavahanaha, Ashvodarajaha, Vaishwanaraha, Kaumaratejaha, Vishwamukhaha, and Devamukhaha. To each of these divine forms, Ashtamurtis of the Agni Devata, oblations are given.
ओमेते गंधपुष्पे अग्नये अश्वदरजाय नमः ओमेते गंधपुष्पे अग्नये वैश्वानराय नमः ओमेते गंधपुष्पे अग्नये कौमारतेजसे नमः ओमेते गंधपुष्पे अग्नये विश्वमुखाय नमः ओमेते गंधपुष्पे अग्नये देवमुखाय नमः लोकपाल पूजनम पूर्वे ओम लामेते गंधपुष्पे भूपुर ओम लामेते गंधपुष्पे इंद्राय
May that
लोकपालाय नमः
Agni
ओम अग्निकोम
bring the gods here who are being offered the oblations in the sacred fire. Agni purvebhir rishibhiridyo nutanairita sadeva eha vakshati. कुमेते गंधपुष्पे कुबेराय लोकपालाय नमः ईशान ओम हांगेते गंधपुष्पे ईशानाय लोकपालाय नमः Agni's Shadanga Devatas are worshipped. The 6 Anga Devatas of the Agni are being worshipped now.
तीन बार तप करो तीन बार अब बाम हस्ते रखो पूज दिए
The puja of the Anga Devatas is followed by the puja of few more deities associated with the Homakunda. Sruk and Sruva are 2 kinds of spoons used for the Havana ceremony. They are consecrated. Agnimile purohitam yajnasya deva mritvijam hotaram ratnadhatamam is the first mantra of the Rig Veda. I pray to Agni, the priest of Yajna, divine chief of the sacrifice, Hota, and the receptacle of riches. The Navami Homa is underway in the Puja Mandapa at Belur Mutt.
Kritanjali. Om Brahman Iha Upavishyatam.
Offering seed to Brahma, Brahmasana Nirmana and Brahmasthapanam are the rites, the rituals now performed. Brahma is a deity as well as a leading priest in every sacrifice.
Etat Padyamam Brahmane Namaha.
Brahma, the leading priest, is worshipped with 10 upacharas: Padyam, Arghya, Achamaniya, Snaniya, Gandha, Sachandana Pushpa, Dhupa, Deepa and Naivedya.
Idam Snaniyam Brahmane Namaha. Omesha Gandha Brahmane Namaha. Omidam Sachandana Pushpam Brahmane Namaha.
Brahma was invited and was seated on a ceremonial asana, and he is worshipped as the leading priest in this holy ritual. It was customary for Hindus to perform various yajna all through life once upon a time. At present, in modern times, the fire worship is still a part of various puja ceremonies and household holy rites. Devi was worshipped in the image. Devi was worshipped on the ghata, on the consecrated picture. Devi was worshipped on the yantra, and now Devi is being worshipped through the Agni, following the ancient tradition of the Vedas, carried through the Tantrika Parampara. It's raining in Kolkata. This holy ritual is being performed in the Puja Mandapa when it is raining outside. A great coincidence. The Ajya Patra, the container of the ghee for offerings, and the ghee itself are now being consecrated. Ajya Patra Samskara and the Ghrita Samskara are the ceremonies which will be performed now.
Namah Mantrena.
Some ghee offerings are made in the sacrificial fire as part of the consecration by uttering the mantra Namah. Devi Durga's Mula mantra is being uttered repeatedly, and offerings are given first to Agni, Soma, Agni Shomau,
অগ্নিতে নিক্ষেপ
and Agni the Swishtikrit.
জ্বালিয়ে নাও, জ্বালিয়ে নাও, ঘৃতের মধ্যে নিক্ষেপ করে এবার ওটাকে অগ্নিতে নিক্ষেপ করতে হবে। ঠিক।
The preliminary offerings in the fire using Ghrita, the clarified butter, as an offering is now being performed. A large number of devotees have assembled in the puja pandal, witnessing this sacred ceremony. Which concludes today's major rituals.
হাত ধুয়ে নাও, দুটো কুশ হাতে নাও, দুটো কুশ
Homa is an ancient
উৎপবন,
form of worship. This is an essential and ancient ritual in the tantric puja, as well as it is done as a Vedic yajna.
মন্ত্র উচ্চারণ করে স্পর্শ পবিত্রীকরণ,
It is a very ancient belief and practice
কিছুটা উপরে তোলা,
that any offering like ghee to a deity should be offered to fire.
ব্যাস ঠিক আছে। এবার ওই
Fire is conceptualized
এবার প্রক্ষণম
as the mouth of all the deities. Agnir mukham prathamo devatanam.
দুর্গাयै নমঃ। হট মন্ত্রেণ পুনঃ প্রক্ষণম, ধেনু মুদ্রা যোনি মুদ্রা প্রদর্শনম। এবার ঘৃত বিভক্ত করা, ঘৃত ভাগ করা, ওই যে ইরাপিং বলা, এই যে তোমরা দর্ভযুগ্ম করেছো, দর্ভযুগ্মটা দাও।
Homa is performed according to the tantric injunctions. The aspirant,
দক্ষিণ ভাগ আজ্য গ্রহণ করে,
the devotees, the sadhakas present feel the divine presence everywhere. When oblations are given into the fire, the mouth of the deity, Mother Durga receives these oblations through the Agni Devata.
ওং ভূ স্বাহা, ওং ভুবা স্বাহা, ওম স্বা স্বাহা।
Mahavyahriti Homa is being performed. Havana is done uttering the Mahavyahritis. Mahavyahritis are the holy syllables that precede the mantras like the Savitri Gayatri, Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha and Bhur Bhuva Swaha together. These four mantras are the Mahavyahritis in this case.
Agne pungsavanam sampadayami swaha, pungsavanam sampadayami swaha. Om Agne pungsavanam
Now begins
sampadayami
the
swaha.
samskara karmas
Agne pungsavanam
of the
sampadayami
Agni.
swaha. Om Agne pungsavanam sampadayami swaha.
Different samskaras, the sacraments of the Agni are now being performed. Here the Agni is considered as a living entity, newly born in the Homa Kunda through the consecration rituals. Pumsavana is the second samskara karma after Garbhadhana. Agni is now born. Agni is now a grown-up entity, a living entity, whose Garbhadhana and Pumsavana and Simantonnayana samskaras are performed. Oblations are given considering these act of giving oblations as the performance of various sacraments for the Agni Devata who is just now born in the Homa Kunda. Jata Karma, Namakarana, Upaniskramana, Annaprashana, Chudakarana, Upanayana, Vedarambha, Samavartana, Godana, and Udvaha are the various sacraments ritually performed by offering these oblations into the fire. Just as a newborn child receives the sacraments like Garbhadhana, Pumsavana, Simantonnayana, Jatakarma, etc. as per the Smriti Shastras, here the Agni Devata also receives the Samskara Karmas. Yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sanga samachara, says Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The world is bound by actions other than those performed for the sake of yajna. Do thou therefore, O son of Kunti, perform action for yajna alone, devoid of attachment. Yajna in this verse means a religious rite, sacrifice, worship, or any action done with a good or spiritual motive. Yajna also means the deity. Taittiriya Samhita says, Yajno vai Vishnuhu. Yajna is Vishnu himself.
Umagnirbhidarambham sampadayami swaha. Umagni samavartanam sampadayami swaha. Umagni samavartanam sampadayami swaha. Umagni samavartanam sampadayami swaha.
Different sacraments of the Agni Devata are now being performed
Umagni samavartanam sampadayami swaha.
as part of the Homa ceremony.
Umagni samavartanam sampadayami swaha. Umagni samavartanam sampadayami swaha. Umagni godanam sampadayami swaha. Umagni godanam sampadayami swaha.
Bhagavad Gita also says, Sahayajna praja srishtva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishyadhvam esha vostushta kamadhuk. The Prajapati, having in the beginning created mankind together with the yajna, said, by this shall ye multiply. This shall be the milch cow of your desires. Yajna is a nitya karma for a follower of the Veda Dharma. Yajna has undergone various changes over time. Yajna remains still as an important component of any puja done to any deity in Hinduism. On this holy Navami Tithi of the Durga Puja, Jagadambika is accepting oblations through this sacred Homa ceremony. Various samskara karmas, sacraments, are performed for the Agni. Some special offerings are made in the fire.
Om Sarayung Hiranna. Om Sarayung Hiranyayai Swaha.
Vagishwara and
Om Sharayung
Vagishwari
Hirankanakayai
were once
Swaha.
again worshipped.
Om Sharayung Raktayai Swaha. Om Varayung
In this
Krishnayai
sacred
Swaha.
liturgy,
Om Larayung
they are parents
Suprabhayai
of the
Swaha.
Agni, the
Om Rarayung
sacrificial fire.
Bahurupayai Swaha. Om Yarayung Atiraktayai
That was
Swaha.
followed
Om
by
Sahasrarchi Cheridayaya Namah Swaha.
an offering of 5 kinds of sacrificial twigs in the fire, Pancha Samidhahuti in the fire, which was performed by standing. Now ahutis are offered to different body parts of the Agni Devata. There are 21 avayavas of the Agni: Hiranya, Kanaka, Rakta, Krishna, Suprabha, Bahurupa, Atirakta, Hridaya, Shiraha, Shikha, Kavachaha, Netratrayam, Karatala Prishthe,
Om Vaishwanara
Jatavedaha,
Jatavedaha
Saptajihva, Havyavahanaha, Ashvodarajaha, Vaishwanaraha, Kaumaratejaha, Dishwamukhaha, and Devamukhaha. They are parts of the Agni Devata. Ahutis are offered to all these parts. Now Ajya, the ghee offering, is lifted with Shruva, and poured into the Sruk 4 times. This is offered into the sacrificial fire.
Om Sring Swaha, Om Sring Hring Swaha, Om Sring Hring Kling Swaha, Om Sring Hring Kling Glom Swaha, Om Sring Hring Kling.
These are ahutis given
Om Sring Hring Kling Glom
by uttering the Mahavighneshwara mantras.
Om Sring Hring Kling Glom Ganganapataye Varavarada Swaha. Om Sring Hring Kling Glom
Tantradharaka utters the Mahavighneshwara mantras, while the Hota, while the Pujaka offers Ajyagrita into the fire. Now begins the Pitha Puja. So far, the Homa Kunda with the Vishwarupagni is consecrated, and the preliminary rituals of the Homa are completed as per the liturgical procedure established. This fire sacrifice is for Devi Durga, who is worshipped as the Mahishasura Mardini. In the Sharadiya Durga Puja rituals, now the Devi Durga is going to be invoked to receive the ahutis. First, the Pitha, the ceremonial seat of Devi Durga, is being consecrated by these offerings into the fire. Ahutis are offered in the fire for various devatas associated with the Devi Pitha. Now the meditation on the divine form of Devi Durga is performed.
Atasi pushpavarnabham supratishtham sulocanam navayovana sampannam sarva bharana bhushitam sucharu dashanam tadvatapino natapayodharam tribhangasthana sangsthanam mahishasuramardinim mrinalayata sangsparashatashabahu samanvitam trishulam dakshinedhyam khargang chakrang kramadadha तीक्ष्णबाणं तथा शक्तिं दक्षिणेषु विचिन्तयेत् खेटकं पूर्णचापं च पाशवङ्कुशमेव च घण्टां वा परशुं वापि वामतः सन्निवेशयेत् अधस्तानमहिषं तद्वद्विशिरस्कं प्रदर्शयेत् शिरश्चेदोद्भवं तद्वद्दानवं खड्गपाणिनं हृदि शूलेन निर्भिन्नं निर्यदन्त्रविभूषितं रक्तारक्तिकृताङ्गं च रक्तविस्फुरितेक्षणं वेष्टितन्नागपाशेन भ्रूकुटीभीषणाननं सपाशवामहस्तेन धृतकेशं च दुर्गया वमतरुधिरवक्त्रं च दिव्या सिंहं प्रदर्शयेत् दिव्यास्तु दक्षिणं पादं समं सिंहोपरि स्थितं किञ्चिदूर्ध्वं तथा वाममङ्गुष्ठं महिषोपरि प्रसन्नवदनां देवीं सर्वकामफलप्रदं शत्रुक्षयकरीं देवीं दैत्यदानवदर्पहां स्तूयमानं च तद्रूपममरैः सन्निवेशयेत् उग्रचण्डा प्रचण्डा च चण्डोग्रा चण्डनायिका चण्डा चण्डवती चैव चण्डरूपातिचण्डिका आभिशक्तिभिरष्टाभिः सततं परिवेष्टितं चिन्तयेज्जगतां धात्रीं धर्मकामार्थमोक्षदाम् ओम अग्ने त्वं श्री भगवद्दुर्गा नामासि
Agni is named as Bhagavad Durga. By this solemn ceremony, Devi Durga is meditated upon and is conceptualized as described in the mantras uttered from the Shakta scriptures. Through the dhyana, the Devi Shri Durga is instated in the sacrificial fire. Thus the Agni is henceforth Bhagavati Durga in this ritual. ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ओम दुर्गायै नमः एष धूप श्री भगवद दुर्गा नामाग्नये नमः ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ओम दुर्गायै नमः एष दीप श्री Devi Durga is addressed directly through this mantra, and a prayer is said welcoming the mother and entreating her to accept the ahutis and puja as part of this fire ceremony.
ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ओम दुर्गायै नमः इदं सोपकरण नैवेद्यं श्री भगवद
A short puja is now being performed for the Divine Mother Shri Durga, and ahutis are offered.
आज्यपानीयम् ओम वैश्वानर ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ओम दुर्गायै नमः श्री इदम् आज्यपानीयं श्री भगवद दुर्गा नामाग्नये नमः ओम वैश्वानर ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै
Now Devi Durga is worshipped, who is instated in this sacrificial fire.
इदम् साज्यताम्बुलं श्री भगवद दुर्गा नामाग्नये नमः
Various ahutis are offered in the sacrificial fire, which is named as Devi Durga by uttering the mantras. Now ahutis will be offered by uttering the Mahavyakritis.
ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ओम दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ओम दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ओम दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै
One of the most popular sacred books of India is Chandi, which is also known as Devi Mahatmya and Durga Saptashati. Every verse of this book is dedicated to Shakti, the universal mother. Shakti is worshipped in the Durga Puja as the destructor, as the slayer of all the evil forces which torment the humanity. Having concluded today's pujas in front of the consecrated image of Mahashakti, Jagadambika, on this sacred puja mandapa in the holy premises of the Belur Mutt. Now Homa ceremony is being performed.
ओम दक्ष जग विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकालेरी ओम दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ओम दक्ष जग विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकालेरी ओम दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ओम दक्ष जग विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकालेरी ओम दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा
Ahutis are given to Devi Durga in the sacrificial fire by uttering the Moola mantra of Devi Durga.
ओम दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ओम दक्ष जग विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकालेरी ओम दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ओम दक्ष जग विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकालै ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ओम दक्ष जग विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकालै
Aham Rudrebhih Vasubhishcharami Aham Adityairuta Vishwadevaihi Aham Mitra Varunobha Bibharmi Aham Indragni Aham Ashvinobha. The Devi Suktam in the Rig Veda says,
अग्नि देवता और निजेर मध्य ऐक्य चिंता करे
Devi Suktam, which is the 125th Sukta of the Rig Veda's 10th chapter, is a sacred hymn uttered in praise of Devi Durga in her puja.
ओम दक्ष जग विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकालेरी ओम दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ओम दक्ष जग विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै
Rishika Vak realized the supreme spiritual truth, which is represented as motherhood of God in this holy image of Devi Durga. And Rishika Vag declared her spiritual realization through the mantras known as Devi Suktam in the Rig Veda.
ओम दक्ष जग विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकालेरी ओम दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा घृताहुति ओम ह्रीं श्री भगवद दुर्गा देवताय आवरण देवताभ्यो स्वाहा.
Ahutis are offered 108 times to Devi Shri Durga. This is followed by Ahutis for the Anga Devatas, the 6 Anga Devatas of Devi Durga. Now Sankalpa Vachana will take place, a holy resolve to perform the Homa ceremony by uttering the Moola mantra of Devi Durga in the name of Holy Mother Sri Sharada.
श्री राम कृष्ण संघस्त निखिल सन्यासी ब्रह्मचारी वैराग्य ज्ञान भक्ति भगवद भक्ति वृद्धि भगवद भक्ति स्फुरन पूर्वक श्री भगवद दुर्गा प्रीति कामो वार्षिक शरत्कालीन श्री भगवद दुर्गा महापूजा कर्मणि पुरोवस्थिते श्री दुर्गा नामाग्नौ अष्टोत्तर शत संकक साज्य बिल्लपत्रै एकैकशा ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकालेरी ओम दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा इति मंत्रेण होममहं करिष्यामि.
Sankalpa is uttered in the name of Holy Mother Sri Sharada Devi. Some prayers are said in fulfilling the resolve, and so help me the gods, Indra and others, is the prayer.
कृतांजलि ओम संकल्पितार्था सिद्ध्यन्तु सिद्धा सन्तु मनोरथा भक्ति ज्ञानोदयाय यमारंभ शुभाय भवतु हवनीय बिल्लपत्र.
Now the Bilva leaves meant for the Ahutis are worshipped and thus consecrated.
भंगितेभ्याष्टोत्तरशतसंख्यकसाज्यबिल्लपत्रेभ्यो नमः भंगितेभ्याष्टोत्तरशतसंख्यकसाज्यबिल्लपत्रेभ्यो नमः उमिते गन्धपुष्पेतेभ्याष्टोत्तरशतसंख्यकसाज्यबिल्लपत्रेभ्यो नमः उमिते गन्धपुष्पे तदधिपतये देवाय श्रीविष्णवे नमः उमिते गन्धपुष्पे तत्सम्प्रदानाय श्रीदुर्गायै देवतायै नमः। একটু তিল দিয়ে দাও এই কুশগুলো তিল দিয়ে দাও ভেতরে তিল দিয়ে দাও এখানে দিয়ে দাও এখানে দিয়ে দাও
A firm resolve, a holy resolve, the sankalpa is taken ceremonially
ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै
to perform
महागौरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा।
this
ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै
Homa ceremony in honor of Devi Durga.
नमः स्वाहा। ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा।
Bilvapatras, Sajya Bilvapatras are offered in the fire by uttering the mantra of Devi Durga.
ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा। ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा। ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा। ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा। ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी
Bilwa leaves are offered in the sacrificial fire
ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी
as an offering
भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं
to Devi Durga by uttering the Moola mantra of Bhagavati.
ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा। ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा। ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी
Aham Rudrebhir Vasubhishcharami
नमः स्वाहा।
Aham Adityairuta Vishwadevaihi
योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै
Aham
भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै
Mitra Varunobha Bibharmi Aham Indragni Aham Ashvinobha.
भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा। ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा। ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा।
I move with the Rudras, the Vasus, the Adityas and the Vishvedevas. I alone hold Mitra Varuna, Indragni and the Ashwin twins. The Rishika, female sage Vak, daughter of sage Ambrana, after having gone through the rigorous learning of Vedas, contemplation and meditation, and then after realizing her oneness with the universal, breaks out in joy to find that she alone exists as pure consciousness, and that the forces of nature, the gods, divinities and the nature which she had considered to be lording over were like specks before her real self. The very identity of these gods was dependent on her alone. In the Puja Mandapa, now Sajya Bilvapatras are offered in the sacrificial fire to Devi Durga, uttering the Bhagavati's Moola mantra. ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै The Bilwa leaves
ओम दक्ष यज्ञ
are consecrated
योगिनी कोटि
and
परिवृतायै
besmeared in clarified butter,
ओम दक्ष
and they are offered by Tattva Mudra, by
ह्रीं ॐ दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ॐ दक्षयज्ञविनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै
Dhenu
योगिनी
mudra
कोटिपरिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ॐ
in the
दुर्गायै
fire,
नमः स्वाहा
uttering
ॐ
Devi's mantra.
दक्षयज्ञविनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटिपरिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ॐ दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ॐ
There is an
दक्षयज्ञविनाशिन्यै
assembly
महाघोरायै
of
योगिनी कोटिपरिवृतायै
devotees,
भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ॐ दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा
revered
ॐ
Matajis from the
दक्षयज्ञविनाशिन्यै
Sharada Mutt,
महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटिपरिवृतायै
Swamis and
भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं
Brahmacharins
ॐ
of the
दुर्गायै
Ramakrishna
नमः
order
स्वाहा ॐ दक्षयज्ञविनाशिन्यै
to witness
महाघोरायै
this holy
योगिनी
ceremony.
कोटिपरिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ॐ दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ॐ दक्षयज्ञविनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटिपरिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ॐ दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ॐ दक्षयज्ञविनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटिपरिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ॐ दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ॐ दक्षयज्ञविनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी
the greatness of
कोटिपरिवृतायै
yajna
भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ॐ दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा
is extolled in various scriptures.
भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ॐ दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ॐ
Bhagavad Gita
महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटिपरिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ॐ दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ॐ दक्षयज्ञविनाशिन्यै
also speaks about
कोटिपरिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं ॐ
this
दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा
great
ॐ
form of
दक्षयज्ञविनाशिन्यै
worship
महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटिपरिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै
coming down
नमः स्वाहा
from ancient times. But there is a difference between the way yajna is conducted as per the Mimamsa philosophy and as per the Vedantic philosophy. Bhagavan Krishna, while delivering his message of Vedanta through the Bhagavad Gita, asks Arjuna to perform yajna in an unselfish way. Bhagavan doesn't ask us to stop performing this ancient ritual or any karma, any action whatsoever we are supposed to perform. But Bhagavan wants us to perform every action as a form of worship, as a yajna to the supreme deity, the supreme power from where this universe has emerged, in which this universe is sustained and into which this universe will merge at the end of the Kalpa. Bhagavan says in the Bhagavad Gita, Devan bhavayatanena with this yajna, the sacrifice, the enjoined actions of the scriptures, cherish the devas. Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu vaha parasparam bhavayantaha shreyah param avapsyatha. Cherish the devas with this, and may those devas cherish you. Thus cherishing one another, ye shall gain the highest good. Devas should be taken to mean even Devis, or any Devata that we worship as our Ishta Devata. Bhagavad Gita also says, Yajnashishtashinas santo muchyante sarva kilbishaihi bhunjate te tvagham papa epachantyatmakaranat. The good eating the remnants of yajna are freed from all sins, but who cook food only for themselves, those sinful ones eat sin. There is Deva Yajna, offering sacrifices to the gods. Just like this sacrifice, this fire sacrifice, in which oblations are offered to Devi Durga. There is Brahma Yajna, teaching and reciting the scriptures. There is Pitra Yajna, offering libations of water, pinda, etc. to one's ancestors. Nrayajna is the feeding of the hungry. Bhuta Yajna, the feeding of the lower animals. These are the 5 daily duties enjoined on householders. The performance of these duties frees them from the 5-fold sin, because by performing these actions, they are performing yajna, which is a nitya karma of every follower of the Vedic religion.
ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै
Navami Homa is in progress at Belur Mutt.
महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा
Navami Homa is an important part of today's rituals as part of the Durga Puja. At Belur Mutt, 3 special ceremonies are performed as part of the Durga Puja, which began with Kalparambha on the Shashti Tithi. ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि 3 days back.
भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै
Kumari Puja and Sandhi Puja were conducted yesterday on the Ashtami Tithi, and the third important ritual is Navami Homa, which is being conducted now. Through this Homa ceremony, which is also known as Brihat Tantrika Homa, oblations like clarified butter, ajya, and sajya bilyapatra, bilwa leaves besmeared with ajya, the clarified butter, are offered in the sacrificial fire as oblations to Devi Durga.
ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै ह्रीं दुर्गायै नमः स्वाहा ओम दक्ष यज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी
Bhagavad Gita says, Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. The process of offering is Brahman, the supreme truth. The clarified butter is Brahman, offered by Brahman in the fire of Brahman. By seeing Brahman in action, he reaches Brahman alone. How can the whole karma of a person engaged in work melt away and lead him to the highest realization of his life? Bhagavad Gita says it is through the Advaita Jnana which comes to a person by the performance of his duties and responsibilities in the form of an unselfish yajna.
Om Chakraya Swaha,
Yajna
Om
has
Krishnabanaya Swaha, Om Shaktaye
a
Swaha, Om
symbolic
Khetakaya
meaning here.
Swaha, Om Purna Chapaya Swaha, Om Pashaya
But
Swaha,
the
Om Ankushaya Swaha,
true
Om Ghantaya
ultimate
Swaha, Om
philosophical
Parashave
meaning of
Swaha,
yajna can be
Om Hrim
attained
Sarvayudharinyai
and
Durgaye
realized only
Swaha,
after
Om Kirita
we perform
Giritevyanga
them
Pratyanga Bhushanebhya Swaha,
externally
Gritahuti, Om Vajranakadang Strayudhaya Mahasinghasanayo Hum Phat
as
Swaha,
enjoined in the
Navapatrika.
Shastras.
Om Hring Rambhadhishtatrai Brahmanyai Swaha, Om Hrim
Shastra
Kachvadhishtatrai
vidhim
Kalikayai Swaha,
utsrijya
Om Hrim Haridradhishtatrai
yah
Durgayai
karma
Swaha,
kurute
Om Hrim Jayantadhishtatrai Kartikeyi Swaha, Om Hrim Bilvadhishtatrai
tena
Shivayai Swaha,
yajnena
Om Hrim
praptavyam
Darimyadhishtatrai
param padam
Ratadandikayai Swaha,
na
Om Hrim
labhyate.
Ashokadhishtatrai Shokarahitayai Swaha, Om Hrim Manadhishtatrai Chamundayai Swaha, Om Hrim
Ahutis
Dhanyadhishtatrai Lakshmai
in
Swaha,
the form
Om
of
Hrim
Sajya
Navapatrikavasinai Durgayai
Bilyapatras
Swaha,
were offered
Ashtahuti,
108
Adharahuti.
times
Om
to Devi Durga.
Gam Ganeshaya Swaha, Om Gam Ganeshaya Swaha, Om Gam
Now
Ganeshaya
ahutis are
Swaha, Om
offered
Gam
to the
Ganeshaya
6
Swaha,
Anga
Om Gam
Devatas of Devi
Ganeshaya
Durga.
Swaha, Om Gam Ganeshaya Swaha, Om Gam Ganeshaya Swaha, Om Gam
Ahutis
Ganeshaya
are also
Swaha,
offered to the
Ashtahuti,
celestial
Lakshmi Devi.
weapons
Om
of
Srim
Devi
Lakshmi
Durga,
Devyai Swaha, Om Srim Lakshmi Devyai Swaha, Om
to
Srim Lakshmi
Navapatrika
Devyai Swaha,
Vasini
Om Srim Lakshmi Devyai Swaha, Om
Durga,
Srim Lakshmi Devyai
her
Swaha, Om Srim
different
Lakshmi
aspects
Devyai
like
Swaha,
Brahmani,
Om Srim Lakshmi Devyai
Kalika
Swaha,
and others.
Saraswati, Ashtahuti. Om Aim Saraswatyai Swaha, 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 Om Aim
Ahutis are
Saraswatyai
offered
Swaha, Om
to
Aim
all the
Saraswatyai
divinities
Swaha,
who were
Kartika,
worshipped
Ashtahuti.
as
Om
part
Kang
of Durga
Kartikeyaya
Puja.
Swaha, Om Kang Kartikeyaya Swaha, Om Kang Kartikeyaya Swaha, Om Kang
Every
Kartikeyaya
deity,
Swaha, Om
every
Kang
deva and
Kartikeyaya
devi
Swaha, Om Kang Kartikeyaya Swaha, Om Kang Kartikeyaya
worshipped
Swaha,
so
Om
far
Kang
in the Durga
Kartikeyaya
Puja
Swaha, Om Mahishasuraya
will be
Swaha,
offered
Gritahuti.
an
Om
ahuti
Vajranakadang Strayudhaya Mahasinghaya Hum
at
Phat
this time
Swaha.
in this fire ceremony,
Billapatram
in this
Sarpaya
Homa ceremony.
Swaha, Ang Mushikaya Swaha, Ang Mayuraya Swaha, Ang Pechakaya Swaha, Om Hangshaya Swaha, Ashtahuti, Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha, Om Namah Shivaya Swaha, Om Namah Shivaya Swaha, Om Namah
Every
Shivaya
offering,
Swaha,
every
Om Namah
oblation
Shivaya
is offered
Swaha, Om Namah
in the
Shivaya
Agni
Swaha,
by
Om
uttering the
Namah
mantra
Shivaya
Swaha.
Swaha, Om Namah Shivaya Swaha,
Devi
Narayana,
Mahatmyam,
Ashtahuti.
the Durga
Om Namo
Saptashati says,
Narayanaya Swaha, Om Narayanaya
Yasyah
Swaha, Om
samasta surata
Narayanaya Swaha, Om
samudiranena
Narayanaya
triptim
Swaha,
prayati
Om
sakaleshu
Narayanaya
makheshu
Swaha,
devi.
Om Narayanaya Swaha, Om Narayanaya
Swaha
Swaha,
sivai
Om
pitriganasya cha
Narayanaya
tripti hetuhu
Swaha.
uccharyase
Billapatram. Om
tvamatayeva
Vishabhaya
janai
Swaha,
swadhacha.
Gritahuti. Om Vasudevaya Swaha,
O Devi,
Billapatram. Om Nilakanthaya
you are
Swaha, Om
Swaha
Chitrite
at
Devatabhya
whose
Swaha.
utterance the
Ugrachanda
whole
Dinavashakti.
assemblage of
Om Hrim
gods
Shrim
attains
Ugrachandayai Swaha. Om Hrim
satisfaction
Shrim
in all the
Prachandayai
sacrifices.
Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Chandograyai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim
You
Chandanaikayai
are the
Swaha. Om Hrim
Swadha
Shrim
which
Chandayai
gives
Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim
satisfaction to the
Chandavatyai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim
Manes, the
Chandarupayai
Pitragana.
Swaha. Om Hrim Shrimati Chandikayai Swaha.
Therefore,
Om Hrim Shrim
you are
Rudrachandikayai
chanted as
Swaha.
Swaha and
Shashti Yogi.
Swadha
Om
in
Hrim Shrim
sacrifices by
Brahmanyai
people.
Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Chandikayai Swaha. Om Hrim
Swaha
Shrim
is the
Raudrai
mantra
Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Gauriyai Swaha.
added
Om Hrim
to
Shrim Indranyai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim
the
Kaumaryai
Ahuti
Swaha. Om Hrim
mantras
Shrim
while offering
Vaidabhyai Swaha.
oblations to
Om Hrim Shrim
gods,
Durgayai Swaha. Om Hrim
and
Shrim
Swadha
Narasimhai
is
Swaha. Om
uttered
Hrim Shrim Kalikayai
while
Swaha. Om
offering
Hrim Shrim
oblations to the
Chamundayai Swaha.
Pitradevas,
Om Hrim Shrim
Pitradevatas.
Shivadutyai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Barayai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Kaushikyai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Maheshwarayai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Shankarayai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Jayantyai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Sarvamangalayai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Kalyai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Karalinyai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Medhayai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Shivayai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Shakambharyai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Bhimayai Swaha.
Navami Homa
Om Hrim
is in
Shrim
progress
Shantayai Swaha. Om Hrim
on the
Shrim
Puja
Brahmaryai
Mandapa
Swaha.
in front
Om
of
Hrim Shrim Rudranyai
the
Swaha.
consecrated
Om Hrim
image
Shrim
of
Ambikayai
Devi
Swaha.
Durga.
Om Hrim Shrim Kshamayai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Dhatrai Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Swahayai Swaha. Om
Ahutis
Hrim
were
Shrim
given to
Swadhayai
Devi
Swaha.
Durga 108 times.
Om Rim Shrim
This is
Archanayai
followed
Swaha,
by
Om Rim Shrim Mahodaryai Swaha, Om Rim Shrim Ghoro Rupayai Swaha,
some
Om
more
Rim Shrim
offerings,
Mahakalyai Swaha,
oblations
Om Rim Shrim
given
Bhadrakalyai
to
Swaha, Om Rim Shrim
all the
Kapalinyai
devas
Swaha,
and
Om Rim Shrim
devis worshipped
Kshemankaryai
as
Swaha,
part
Om
of
Rim
the
Shrim
Durga Puja.
Ugrachandayai Swaha, Om Rim Shrim Chandograyai Swaha, Om Rim Shrim Chandanayikayai Swaha, Om Rim Shrim Chandayai
The name
Swaha,
of
Om Rim Shrim Chandavatiyai
each
Swaha,
of these
Om Rim
devas
Shrim
and
Chandyai
devis is
Swaha, Om Rim
uttered,
Shrim Mahamohayai Swaha,
and
Om
the
Rim Shrim
oblation is
Priyankaryai
given in the
Swaha, Om Rim
sacrificial
Shrim
fire.
Balavikaranyai Swaha, Om Rim Shrim Balapramathinyai Swaha, Om Rim Shrim Manunumathanyai Swaha, Om Rim Shrim Sarvabhutadamanyai Swaha, Om Rim Shrim
Mother
Umayai
Durga
Swaha, Om Rim Shrim Tarayai Swaha, Om Rim Shrim Mahanidrayai
is the
Swaha,
universal
Om Rim
mother.
Shrim Vijayayai Swaha, Om Rim Shrim Jayayai
She is the
Swaha,
mother
Om Rim
of
Shrim
every
Shailaputrai
living
Swaha,
creature,
Om Rim Shrim Chandikayai Swaha, Om Rim Shrim Chandaghantaayai
because
Swaha, Om Rim Shrim
according to the
Kushnaniyai
Shastras,
Swaha, Om Rim Shrim Skandamatre
everything
Swaha, Om Rim Shrim
which exists
Katyayanyai Swaha,
in this
Om Rim Shrim
universe
Kalaratre Swaha, Om Rim Shrim
originate
Mahagauriyai
from this
Swaha,
Para Prakriti, Parabrahma Mahishi,
Om Rim Shrim Koti Yoginibhya
Paramatma
Swaha,
Shakti,
Navadurga.
Devi
Om
Durga.
Rim Shrim Brahmanyai Swaha, Om Rim Shrim Maheshwaryai Swaha, Om Rim Shrim
She is the
Kaumariyai
Supreme
Swaha, Om
Mother
Rim Shrim Vaishnavyai Swaha, Om Rim Shrim Barayai Swaha, Om Rim Shrim Narasinghai
who
Swaha, Om Rim
gives
Shrim
birth
Indranyai
and
Swaha, Om
nourishes
Rim Shrim Chamundayai
every
Swaha, Om Rim Shrim
entity
Katyayanyai Swaha,
in
Om
the
Rim Shrim
universe.
Navadurgayai Swaha,
The Mother
Jayantati
Durga,
Ekadashi Shakti.
Durga
Om Rim Shrim Jayantiyai
is
Swaha, Om Rim Shrim
conceptualized
Mangalayai
in the
Swaha, Om Rim
Shakta
Shrim
Parampara
Kalyai Swaha, Om Rim Shrim Bhadrakalyai
as
Swaha,
having
Om Rim
matted
Shrim
braids
Kapalinyai
of
Swaha,
hair.
Om Rim Shrim Durgayai Swaha, Om
She
Rim
is
Shrim
Jata
Shivayai
Jota
Swaha, Om Rim
Samayukta.
Shrim Kshamayai Swaha, Om Rim
On
Shrim
her head
Dhatrei
shines
Swaha, Om Rim
a
Shrim
crescent
Swahayai
moon.
Swaha, Om Rim Shrim
She
Swadhayai
is
Swaha,
Ardhendu
Vatuka,
Krita
Om Shrim
Shekhara.
Siddhaputra Batukaya Swaha, Om Shrim
She has three
Siddhaputra Batukaya
eyes,
Swaha, Om Shrim
Lochanatraya
Jnanaputra Batukaya
Sanyukta,
Swaha, Om Shrim Sahajaputra Batukaya Swaha, Om
and
Shrim
her face is
Samayaputra
like the
Batukaya
full
Swaha,
moon.
Om Shrim Sheshaputra Batukaya
Purnendu
Swaha,
Sadrishanana.
Kshetrapala, Om Hetukaya Kshetrapalaya Swaha,
The color
Om
of her
Tripuragnaya
body
Kshetrapalaya
is like the
Swaha, Om
yellow
Agnijubhaya
Atasi
Kshetrapalaya
flower,
Swaha, Om Agni
Atasi
Betalaya Kshetrapalaya
Pushpavarnabha.
Swaha, Om Kalaya Kshetrapalaya
She is
Swaha, Om
firm,
Karalaya
Sit
Kshetrapalaya
Pratishtha.
Swaha, Om Ekapadaya Kshetrapalaya
She
Swaha, Om
has
Bhimanathaya
a beautiful
Kshetrapalaya Swaha,
gaze,
Bhairava, Om
Sulochana.
Asitanga Bhairavaya Swaha, Om Ruru Bhairavaya
She is in
Swaha, Om
prime
Chanda
youth,
Bhairavaya Swaha,
Nava
Om
Yavvana
Unmatta Bhairavaya
Sampanna.
Swaha, Om Bhayankara Bhairavaya Swaha, Om Bhishana
She
Bhairavaya
has
Swaha, Om Kapali
decorated
Bhairavaya Swaha, Om
herself
Sanghara
with a
Bhairavaya
variety of
Swaha, Om
ornaments,
Krodha Bhairavaya Swaha, Deviki,
Sarvabharana
Om
Bhushita.
Varanasyam, Om Vishalakshay Swaha, Naimishe, Om
She has
Papanashinyai
beautiful
Swaha,
teeth,
Kedare, Om Mahagauriyai Swaha,
Sucharu
Kamarupe, Om
Dashana,
Kamakhyayai Swaha, Nepale, Om
and
Nepalvasinyai
full
Swaha,
breasts,
Vijay, Om Siddheswaryai Swaha, Lankayam, Om Rakshasyai
representing
Swaha,
her
Gangayam, Om
motherhood.
Mokshodayai Swaha, Ayodhyayam, Om Sarvamangalayai Swaha,
Pinonnata Payodhara.
Kishkindhayam, Om Katyayannai Swaha, Kurukshetre,
She
Om
stands
Kalaratre
bent
Swaha,
at her neck.
Shalagrame, Om Mahavaishnavyai Swaha, Yamapure, Om
Tribhangasthana
Yamadutyai
Samsthana.
Swaha, Brahmande, Om Pitamahyai Swaha, Hastinapure, Om
She
Indranyai
stands
Swaha, Shri
bent at
Parvate,
her
Om
neck,
Mahalakshmi Swaha,
waist, and
Singhaladvipe,
knee,
Om Shubhankariyai Swaha, Ugrachandapure, Om Aryadevyai
and she is
Swaha,
striking
Goshte, Om Kapilayai
Mahishasura,
Swaha, Shaila Parvate, Om
Mahishasura
Padmayai
Mardini.
Swaha, Bardhamani, Om Bhayankariyai Swaha, Kanyakubhya, Om Airavatiyai Swaha,
She
Hema
has
Parvate, Om
10 hands,
Heturupinyai Swaha, Yamuna Tati, Om Kapalinyai Swaha, Madhya Pradesh, Om Kshemankariyai Swaha,
Mrinalayata
Setubande, Om
Sangsparsha
Vaitaranyai Swaha,
Dashabahu
Kashmiri, Om
Samanvita.
Saraswatyai Swaha, Haridrapuri, Om Barayai
Her
Swaha,
10
Shamashani, Om
hands
Mahakalyai
are
Swaha,
as soft
Antarikshi,
as
Om
the
Bhasmangayai
lotus
Swaha,
petals.
Srihatti, Om Aparajitayai Swaha,
Her
Radhadeshi, Om
hands
Kala
on the
Rupinyai
right
Swaha,
side
Mlecha Deshi,
hold
Om Mlecha
the
Vasinyai Swaha,
weapons
Patali, Om
Trishula,
Ananta Rupinyai Swaha, Kirati, Om Kirata
Khadga,
Rupinyai Swaha,
Chakra,
Atabhyang, Om Vindhya Vasinyai Swaha, Uttarapathe, Om
sharp
Krishna
arrow and
Bhagavatyai
Shakti.
Swaha, Poundrabardhani, Om Kotishwaryai Swaha,
Trishulam,
Gokarne, Om
Dakshine,
Mahayoginyai Swaha, Ekapangye, Om
Khadgam,
Tarinyai
Chakram,
Swaha, Hemakute, Om Vidyadharyai
Kramadadhaha,
Swaha, Prayage, Om
Dhyayam.
Bhutavasinyai Swaha,
Her dhyana
Ujjainyam,
mantra
Om
says,
Vagishwaryai Swaha, Prabhashe, Om Pratima Vasinyai Swaha,
Trishulam
Kanakhale, Om
Dakshine
Kanakakrayai
Dhyayam
Swaha,
Khadgam
Ranamukhe,
Chakram
Om Dayayai
Kramadadhaha.
Swaha, Kalanjali, Om
Tikshnabanam
Mahagauriyai
Tatha
Swaha,
Shaktim
Utkale, Om Vimalayai Swaha,
Dakshineshu
Pataliputre, Om
Vichintayet.
Betalovasinyai Swaha,
Mother's
Narendre, Om
hands on the right
Chandeshwaryai
side
Swaha, Himalaya, Om Himavatyai
hold
Swaha,
The weapons Trishula, Khadga, Chakra,
Manipuri Om
sharp
Aparajitaye
arrow
Swaha
and
Haripuri
Shakti.
Om Narayanyai Swaha Kantaya Om Kanakabatyai Swaha
Her hands on the
Akashe Om
left side
Gajarupinyai
hold
Swaha
Khedaka,
Shailapate Om Shailavasinyai
Purna
Swaha
Chapa,
Kanchanapuri
Pasha,
Om Yoginyai
Ankusha,
Swaha Khandapuri Om
and
Khandeshwaryai Swaha
Ghanta
Kantaya
or
Om
Parashu.
Kantaravasinyai Swaha Hemante Om Hemarupinyai
Ghantam
Swaha
va Parashum vapi
Deshvasinyai Swaha
Vamata Sanniveshayet.
Ashtahuti Om Ring Sring Chamundayai Swaha Om Ring Sring
Below
Chamundayai Swaha Om Ring Sring
is the
Chamundayai
body
Swaha Om
of
Ring
a
Sring
male
Chamundayai
buffalo
Swaha Om Ring
with
Sring
its head
Chamundayai Swaha Om
separated.
Ring Sring Chamundayai Swaha Om Ring Sring Chamundayai Swaha
Adhastan
Om Ring Sring
Mahisham
Chamundayai
Tadvan
Swaha Chandika Oim Ring Kling
Adhastad
Chamundayai
Mahisham
Viche Srimad
Tadvad
Chandikayai Swaha
Vishiraskam
Oim Ring Kling
Pradarshayet.
Chamundayai Viche Srimad Chandikayai Swaha Oim Ring Kling Chamundayai Viche Srimad
And from
Chandikayai
that
Swaha Oim Ring
emerges
Kling
the
Chamundayai
Asura
Viche Srimad Chandikayai
holding
Swaha
a
Oim Ring
sword.
Kling Chamundayai Viche Srimad Chandikayai Swaha Oim Ring Kling Chamundayai Viche
Shirashchedodbhavam
Chandikayai Swaha Oim Ring
Tadvad
Kling Chamundayai Viche
Khadgapaninam.
Srimad Chandikayai Swaha Oim Ring Kling Chamundayai Viche Srimad Chandikayai Swaha Oim Ring
This Asura
Sring
is
Hum
struck
Uma
on
Kumariyai
his chest
Swaha Oim Ring Sring
with the
Hum
shula.
Uma Kumariyai Swaha Oim Ring Sring Hum Uma Kumariyai
And
Swaha
there
Oim Ring Sring
his
Hum
internal
Uma
organs
Kumariyai Swaha
surface.
Oim Ring Sring Hum Uma Kumariyai Swaha Oim Ring Sring Hum Uma Kumariyai Swaha Oim Ring Sring Hum
Shirashchedodbhavam
Uma Kumariyai Swaha Oim
Tadvadanavam
Ring Sring Hum
Khadgapaninam
Uma Kumariyai
Hridi
Swaha
Shulena Nirbhinnam
পাতলা কাট দিয়ে রাখুন
Niryadantra
মারা হয়ে গেছে
Vibhushitam.
মারিয়া অষ্টাহুতি হয়ে গেছে ঘৃতাহুতি
From where he was struck by the shula of Devi Durga, there his internal organs surface.
Om Lang Indraya Lokopalaya Swaha Om Rang Agnaye Lokopalaya
The Asura's body is besmeared with blood.
Om Shang Niritaye Lokopalaya Swaha Om Bang Barunaya
Rakta
Lokopalaya
Rakti
Swaha
Kritanga.
Om Vayabe Lokopalaya Swaha
And his eyes are reddish and protruding.
Om Ishanaya Lokopalaya
Rakta
Swaha
Visphuritekshanaha.
Om Lokopalaya Swaha Om Ring Anantaya Lokopalaya
He is fettered
Om Vajraya
and
Swaha Om
entwined
Shaktaye Swaha Om
with the Naga Pasha of Devi Durga. Veshtitam Naga Pashena Bhrukuti Bhishanananam. His face is terrifying with its curved eyebrows. Sapasha Vama Hastena Dhritakeshan cha Durgaya. His hair is held by Devi Durga in her left hand, which has the Naga Pasha. Vamad Rudhira Vaktrancha Devya Simham Pradarshayet. Blood is oozing out of the mouth of Devi's lion. Devi's right foot is well placed on the lion. Devyastu Dakshinam Padam Samam Simho Paristhitam. And the big toe
Om Chaturvedebhya Swaha Om Astrebhya Swaha Om Kalyadi Dashamahavidyabhya Swaha ओमकारदि पंचाशद वर्णेभ्य स्वाहा ओम प्रतिपदादि तिथिभ्य स्वाहा ओम कृष्ण पक्षाय स्वाहा ओम शुक्ल पक्षाय स्वाहा ओम अमावस्यायै स्वाहा ओम पूर्णिमायै स्वाहा ओम सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो स्वाहा ओम सर्वाभ्यो देवीभ्यो स्वाहा ओम क्रीं
Devi's right foot is well placed on the lion, and the big toe of Devi's left foot is slightly uplifted and placed on the Mahishasura. The Bhagavati is worshipped as Mahishasura Mardini Devi Durga, an incarnation of the Universal Mother, in the holy premises of Belur Mutt on the bank of holy river Ganga. Now the Navami Homa is in progress in the Puja Mandapa in the presence of revered monks of the Ramakrishna order, revered Matajis of the Sharada Mutt, and a large assembly of devotees.
Krishnaya Swaha Ma Ashtahuti Om Aim Rim Sarvadev Devi Swarupinjai Sri Sarada Devyai Swaha Om Aim Rim Sarvadev Devi Swarupinjai
Oblations were given in the sacrificial fire, consecrated fire.
ओम ऐं ह्रीं सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपिण्यै
by
श्री
uttering
शारदादेव्यै
Devi
स्वाहा।
Durga's Mula Mantra. The
ओम ऐं ह्रीं
Homa
सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूप